All right. So till now I have discussed about what AI is, what is the history of AI, why AI has become so popular in these days. Let us understand what are some of the real-time applications of artificial intelligence which are in the world now. The first one is your Google predictive search. So you can consider this as one of the most famous AI applications. Why? Because when you type anything in the search term, Google makes some recommendations for you. You can see this, right? So whenever you search something, it is giving you some kind of recommendations for you to choose. This is just because of your artificial intelligence in action. So these searches are based on the data that Google collects about you, such as your location, your search history, what is the type of, what is the way you type. So everything, it is getting trained on it. And whenever you type a sentence, it is predicting or it is suggesting you the other text based on your previous search. So this is one of the best example for your AI application. And we will learn about, so this needs natural language processing, text recognition, everything. So we will be learning about natural language processing within a few days. And this you can talk about in the internet, the internet sector. But coming to the health sector, we have another application in health sector. So IBM is one of the pioneers that has developed AI software specifically for medical sector. It is the real fact that more than 230 health organizations uses IBM technology today. So in 2016, IBM Watson technology was able to cross verify 20 million oncology records quickly and correctly diagnosed a rare leukemia condition in a patient. So there was some sort of data about the patient, I mean data about the patients having a leukemia or not. So they gave such data to the machine, and this machine correctly diagnosed that it actually analyzed 20 million records, 20 million records, and correctly recognized which patient is having leukemia and which patient is not having leukemia. So this is one of the best AI application in healthcare. And then the other one is, moving on to the finance sector, JP Morgan's Chains Contract, which you can call as Chains Contract Intelligence Platform, and you also call it as Coin Platform, which uses machine learning and artificial intelligence and image recognition software to analyze legal documents. So you know what legal documents are, right? So whether the document is, for suppose I have my property, so whether this is mine or is it a duplicate one or an original one, such kind of analysis will be done in the JP Morgan's Coin Platform. So for recognizing or analyzing 12,000 contracts, manually it took 36,000 hours for analyzing it. But as soon as this task was replaced by AI machine, it was able to do that in the matter of seconds. So from this you can say that actually actually the difference, you can see the difference between your human work and the machine work. So this is one of the good example for a machine which has computational power. And let me give you another example in the medical field again. So this is nothing but called as iDoctor. So in the medical domain, which is Google AI Doctor, which is an initiative taken by Google where they are working with Indian eye care system to develop an artificial intelligence system which can examine retinal scans and identify a condition called diabetic retinopathy. So this condition can cause blindness to the people. So likewise, every human has a unique fingerprint. Every individual will have a unique retina. So from that retina, you can get the information like age, sex, whether you are smoker or not, whether you have diabetes or not, right? So from this information, the Google is able to predict whether the person will be getting affected with diabetic retinopathy or not. So if the person is having that diabetic retinopathy, in a few days or in a couple of some days, he might get blindness. So Google is taking such kind of initiatives. And we have another eye care center in India, which is Akash. So they also doing such kind of research in diabetic retinopathy. They go to rural areas, they take the pictures of retina of the rural people. They're coming to the city and doing research on to detect whether they have this condition or not. And also we have in other hands, we have Google Siri virtual assistant, that's another other applications. But in social media platform like Facebook, AI is used for face verification. So whenever you upload a picture, it is immediately telling you to tag your friend, right? So how is it able to tag? So previously you might have tagged your friend. So it is learning the features of your friend, and when you post a new picture of your friend, it is immediately suggesting to give that auto tagging feature to you. So we are actually unaware that we use AI very regularly in our daily lives. And from in social media, a good example that I can talk about is Twitter. So in Twitter, we have the AI which is inbuilt in the backend, which will identify any sort of hate speech. So it will identify any abusive words or any terroristic languages. Why it is doing that is to filter out any offensive or any reportable content from the tweets. Right. So these are few of the applications that are there in AI. Now let's talk about few applications that we are using in our daily lives. So let's talk about our Google applications only. So what are all the Google applications we use? What are all the Google applications we use? We don't use any Google applications. Yes. Google Maps, Google Drive, Photos, Gmail, right? So let's talk about photos. So what kind of intelligence that does your Photos app has? Face recognition. How is it using your face recognition technique? So Photos is segregating our pictures into different folders. Did you observe it? Did you observe it? Photos is segregating our pictures into different folders. Did you create those folders? No, you didn't create them, right? It is creating your own album based on the faces, based on the events like that, right? So if there is a birthday event, all the birthday event photos will be segregated into one. If there is any places, all the places are segregated into one. Yes or no? So how is that possible? It's just because of artificial intelligence over there. So it got trained on your images, it got trained on your features and all, right? So that is one of the best example for artificial intelligence. And second one, Gmail. So Gmail also we daily use it, right? So what sort of intelligence you can see in Gmail? Okay, social, primary, okay. Apart from it, yes, spam filter, that's really good. So it is detecting whether it is a spam or non-spam. Other than that, yeah, spam or trash or whatever, yeah, spam. Other than that, no, artificial intelligence. Yes, it suggests replies. It is suggesting replies. So based on the content that you get in the mail, for suppose if you get any invitation mail, so I am inviting you to my birthday party on so and so date. Immediately you'll have smart replies in the bottom saying that, yeah, I will, maybe, may not, will, sure, yes. So based on the content, the replies are automatically suggested. In the same way, your auto prediction in Gmail as well. For suppose you have put a name in, for suppose you have put the pradipti at gmail.com in the to pradipti at the gmail.com. Now whenever you put hi, as you have given Pradipti in that to section, it suggests you the name Pradipti. Did you ever observe it? Yes. Yes. So that is also one of the feature of artificial intelligence. All right. And now coming to Google Maps. So we have talked about photos and Gmail. What about Google? How is it showing you the shortest distance? Is that shortest distance? It is purely based on traffic and purely based on the number of people in the area. How is it able to know about it? All right or not? Yes. So that the distance matching the a view of the route is not static in Google Maps. It is not getting that from any database or so. Whenever you search for a location, it will give you different routes at different times. Yes, because it is trained by the route, it is trained by the traffic, etc. So we use our phones, right? We use GPS. So it is calculating the number of users. You can take mobile users or anyone in that area. Based on that, it is suggesting the shortest way where there is less traffic. So this is another thing. Now we have another app which is YouTube. Whenever you open YouTube and I open YouTube, my videos will be different and your videos will be different. Yes, my videos will be different, your videos will be different. This is just because of the suggestions or the videos that we have liked. Yes, so this is also because of artificial intelligence. How did the machine know about your taste? How did machine know about your taste? So whenever you're typing, it is getting accustomed to your view, your type of likes. For example, you are viewing comics every time, so only comics will be recommended. If you view like fiction stories or so, so fiction stories will be recommended, right? So this is also just based on the search history. Yes. So whatever they say, yes, so whatever the reasons that you're telling are really true. All right, guys. So these are the applications of artificial intelligence. Understood?